Christine Carson from Las Vegas, Nevada, shares her experience on the weight loss surgery trip to Belgium arranged by the Medical Tourism Corporation.
My name is Christine Carson Greengrass. I am a community association manager. I manage high-rise buildings and manage the homeowners association. I've been managing with this company for 5 years, but my industry experience is 8 years. Prior to that, all property management experience. I've pretty much been doing this most of my life. I have obtained the PCAM designation, which is the highest in the field. It's a national awarding designation, so I'm considered one of the top 2,000 in the nation. So I'm very proud of that designation. And I've been here in Las Vegas for approximately 10 years, and prior to that lived in Michigan. I was born and raised in East Lansing, Michigan, and lived there for approximately 30 years before I came to the southeast or southwest. I have been struggling or had struggled with my weight all my life. I was a chubby child and also grew up and spending 30 years in Michigan. You are stuck inside for many months out of the year because it's too cold to go outside, and developed really severe allergies in the Midwest, and ended up at the doctor's recommendation coming to Nevada to a dry southern climate where I didn't have near the allergies, but had always struggled with, had reached at one point 254 pounds. Because of the weight, I also have joint problems, back problems, gastrointestinal problems, constant heartburn, irregularities, infertility, I'm unable to have children. Some of that stems from a metabolic disorder that I have called hereditary hemochromatosis, which is iron overload disorder, but losing the weight helps ease some of the symptoms of the HHC. So this has, the surgery has benefited me in many ways. 3 years ago, when I first met my husband, we actually spent a lot of time in the gym, 2 to 3 hours a day, and that's a major devotion of time. Working out, eating, working with a personal trainer. Prior to that, I struggled with it all my life. Diet, exercise. At one point, when I was in Michigan, I was with a physician where I was taking water pills and prescription speed, actually, the Adipex and Bumex. Not healthy. Yo-yo all my life, up, down, lose 70 pounds, gain 80 pounds, lose 50 pounds, gain 60 pounds. It's taken a lot of toll on my body, and nothing was permanent. I've been fighting this all my life, and just even with diet and exercise, it's still a constant struggle. You have to, it's not sustainable. You have to watch what you eat at all times. And I had a healthy appetite, and after attending a seminar in regards to obesity and bariatric surgery, have determined that that was the buzzword, and realized that those unhealthy habits, the dieting, the yo-yoing, it's not sustainable. And I needed something that would work for the rest of my life. I'm reaching early 40s, and it gets harder and harder as you get older, and I needed a quality of life. I wanted the last 40 years of my life to be better than the first 40 years of my life. I chose to do, off of extensive and various research regarding the options available for surgery, I chose to do the gastric sleeve. I felt it would be best for my health. My doctors felt it would be best for my health. And gastric sleeve is not an option here for my insurance company. It's considered experimental. So in addition to the insurance company denying the surgery and the insurance companies not covering the gastric sleeve surgery, and it being extremely expensive here, there's very few places that actually will do a sleevectomy here in the States. It's $23,000 to have the surgery center here in Las Vegas do the surgery. I felt the options were better as far as prices, and the quality of the care that I received outside of the States was phenomenal, and I'm actually glad I chose to go that way. I also had a very close friend of mine who had his mother had cancer and went to Mexico and received some of the best care, and she's cancer-free. And had she stayed here and fought with the insurance companies, it would have killed her. she would have died. And that's when I decided that it was time to research my options, and the best option was for me to go out of the country. There were other options available in Mexico. I'd read a lot of testimonials, but when I found your site, I found that the timeline that you provided on your website and what to expect and how the whole step-by-step procedure, what I actually experienced, and the timeline and the expectations that you listed on your website were very close, and felt very comfortable in knowing what was next and how to schedule what step next. And I found that the caseworkers were very helpful, very timely in the email. I prefer to work through email versus phone these days, being in my business. Email is very comfortable, and I felt that very responsive. And then I have documents, and I can go back to those emails and find out what to expect next. So I felt that especially your website, I think it's a very extensive website, and I felt very comfortable in knowing what to expect, and found your company to be very, very helpful in putting me in touch with the right procedures. I actually was very pleased with one of my biggest concerns is that I'd never been to Europe, and I was very concerned about the language barrier. But once I arrived, I found there was no language barrier. A majority of the people that I encountered spoke English, and I found the hospitals to be very clean, modern, up-to-date. It was very similar to a hospital that I had been in Chicago, so it was very comfortable to me. Staff they were just amazing. Friendly, very caring, helpful. When I arrived, my escort picked me up at the airport, walked me through all of the steps. We checked into the hotel. We went to the hospital, and we went through our testing process, did all of the pre-tests, and every step of the way, my escort explained what was going on and was with me. I was very thankful for the care I received from the doctor's team. When I tell my friends and family back here in the States of my experience, they're absolutely amazed that I still have this wonderful, fond relationship with my doctors and my surgeon and my caregivers. One of the benefits, obviously, is the help as far as I don't get as winded. My knees and my back and my joints have a lot of relief. I'm able to do more activities. I'm more active. And being in a professional industry is very important. Your appearance are very important. I feel that this has positioned me to be healthier in the future. I no longer require any medications. I don't even need my aspirin therapy anymore. Take less ibuprofen. I still experience a little bit of heartburn and take a Prilosec, but I had that before the surgery and find that to be a small price to pay for being thin. My friends notice the difference, my family notices the difference, and my coworkers notice the difference. Anybody who's concerned about going out of the country, I think it helped with medical tourism, putting me in touch with doctors that are qualified and knowledgeable and that are experienced and that performed many of the surgeries, very instrumental. So I have comfort in knowing that there was a lot of research done and that I was in good hands, especially being out of the country and never traveling to Europe before. I just wanted to emphasize how important that was.
Medical Tourism Corporation facilitates affordable medical treatment at world-class international hospitals and clinics. Fill out the estimate request form on our site, medicaltourismco.com, for a free quote and more information.